What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to the channel. Today's video, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail or the title, if you can't read or see, we're just going to be doing a zero on my pistol here. So let's get into it. So I just moved the camera so the sun's behind us so you can see my pretty face. So like I said earlier, today's video we're just going over how to zero a pistol and what is the best zero distance for your pistol. A few things to consider. It's not that serious. You got to set up some targets and then start zeroing. But anyone interested, this is my 5-inch M&P 2.0. Just got the slide back from Floyd's Custom Shop, so I will be making a video on that soon. So if you're interested in that, hit the subscribe button, follow along. But let me do the setup, then we'll talk a little bit. Real quick, while I am setting up everything so you don't have to see it, if you want to support the channel in any way, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, all that stuff they normally tell you to do. Follow the links down below. So I do have some Amazon affiliate links down below. Those will help assist the channel. If you like seeing random content like this. Siley Optics, I have a discount code down there. If you don't trust them, watch the videos that are also down there because I did some torture testing on the optics. So already affordable optic with a higher discount on top of it using my code. And also trying out this merch thing. So use the link down below to pewta.com, get a hat, t-shirt, something like that. And let's get back to the video. All right, so got the setup, got some targets out because we're just gonna practice a little bit also. Got my gun, got my whole setup on. I don't know if you can see it, but my competition belt. So this is my new USPSA gun. This gun may be close to being zeroed already, but this came in as a law enforcement trade-in. This was the one that didn't have the full serrations on the front, like my tan gun. If you want to see video on the tan gun, you could watch that. Put Apex trigger on it, Springer precision mag release, and that is basically it for that stuff. But just got the slide back from Floyd's Custom Shop, put a Holosun 507 comp on it. This is milled for that, the RMR cut. So what we got to do now is just zero this gun for that. This dot is very dim because I was in the house. We got to zero the gun. Might be close, who knows, because this dot was off a different gun. I don't know how they interact, but neither here nor there. So let's go over how to zero. Well, I guess we should do the distance you want to zero at, then we'll go with how to zero. The distance you want to zero at doesn't matter. So depending on what you're using the gun for, there's, I guess, preferences or preferred distances to zero your gun. So for a self-defense gun, I would probably zero it probably about 10 yards. Most self-defense shootings are within 3 to 7 yards, so it doesn't really matter. Are you even looking at your sights at that distance? Most likely not. This gun isn't even zeroed, and let's see what this dot is. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're at 4 yards. I am just gonna draw and fire. This gun is not even zeroed yet. All right, for whatever reason, the camera turned off, but once again, but the camera turned up, so 4 yards, just gonna draw and shoot. I am not gonna look at the sights. Previous one was perfect, of course, the one that didn't film, but just gonna draw and shoot. There you go. So, once again, at this distance, it doesn't matter. Did I see the sights at all? No, I just drew my gun and shot. So, once again, you're zeroing. Does it really matter at this distance? I don't think so. So the times you may want to bring your zero out a little bit is maybe if you're competing USPSA or tactical games or IPSC and whatever else, PCSL and other things, other shooting competitions. If you have a very precision-based competition, is when you may want to have a specific zero picked out. Just put it on all your guns. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. The main thing is after you get your zero is just learning your holds with the gun. So I normally zero 10 or like 15 yards. I kind of like go between the two of those interchangeably. I don't remember what it is, but my tan M&P 5-inch, I don't remember what that's zeroed at. I should have that zeroed at the same distance as this one, since that's gonna kind of be the backup. It is what it is. Maybe I'll do that in the future. But For this one, I'm gonna zero it at 10 yards. I'm gonna do 10. It's a pretty controllable distance from the target to get easy shots to make sure your groups are close. The best way to get the accuracy for this is to prop your gun onto something. So if you have a bag, the sandbag, stuff like that for like long distance shooting, you could use that, a rest, if you just have your range bag, anything. Tripod, which is probably what I'm gonna rest my gun on, just to stable it out a little bit, just to take a little bit of the human error out of it. Zero it like that, then just confirm freestyle, freehand, whatever, that your zero is where it is. Let me pace out my 10 yards and then we'll do the next thing. So we're set at 10 yards from the target over here. So the things you're gonna need for this to zero your pistol, first of all, is a gun with a red dot on it. And second thing you're gonna need is some ammo, obviously, but you're gonna need, the main thing you're gonna need is your adjustment tool. So most optics these days come with the tool. So this Holosun comes with this little guy right here. Perfect little guy to go on your adjustments. Sometimes you could take like a piece of used brass and twist it or whatever. Guns are different, just look at what you have for your gun, grab that and use that to make your adjustments. Before we go shoot, what you're gonna wanna do is either put a paster, make a mark with a marker or something on the target, or just shoot the target once, wherever that bullet hole is. That's gonna be your aiming point. You want a spot to aim at, and then always aim at that same exact target. Don't be chasing your bullet holes around, trying to hit that, trying to put your dot on that and chase it, because you're just gonna keep moving whichever direction it's off. So pick one spot on the target, put your dot on that every single time, hold the trigger 3 to 5 times to figure out where your group is. Then you can start making adjustments. So I called an audible here. We're just gonna do this offhand, do very slow, deliberate trigger pulls, and then we'll look at the target, make some adjustments, and we'll go from there. So I'm just gonna make a bullet hole at the bottom edge of the target somewhere, and then just try to group off of that. All right, now, gonna use that hole to see where we gotta go. All right. Let's go look at that target quick, and then we will make some adjustments. All right, so bringing it in close, this was the first bullet hole I made, and I was aiming at those. You can see everything's down and to the left. Kind of pulled that one a little bit, but everything's down and to the left, so we're gonna make our adjustments, and then we're gonna make a new bullet hole and shoot at that again. I'm only using bullet holes because I forgot my marker, and I don't have any black pasters, so I'm gonna do that. I mean, I can use a brown paster on the little black one. Time to make the adjustments on the gun. So everything was low left. Your adjustments on your optic is counterclockwise for up, counterclockwise for right. It happens to be on this Holosun 507 comp. All the Holosuns might be the same, but the adjustment is the direction you want the bullet to go, not the direction you want the dot to go. That's what kind of threw me off at the beginning. So bullets are low left, so we need to go up and to the right. So we want the bullets to go up and to the right. So gonna take this, gonna turn it up, start with 4 clicks, and then to the right, same thing, 2, 3, 4. 4 clicks each, and then we're gonna do the same thing with the grouping. I'm not gonna bore you with that. Let's go do it again. So this was our initial shot. Everything is a little low and to the left still, so I'm gonna come over, I think 2 clicks, and then another 4 up. There will be some people that'll get out there with the tape measure and stuff like that, or use the target that has like the boxes and tell you it needs this exact amount of clicks. I'm not very scientific like that. I just make the adjustments, shoot again, and make some adjustments. So I think I said I was coming over right 2 clicks and then up 4. And we're gonna check it out from there. This is where my unscientificness gets to me. So this is the last group right here. I'm probably just gonna come up 1 click and just leave it. So it's simple as that. When I first started, well, I kind of learned to shoot with an optic. I had a Glock with iron sights, I still have it, but I shot maybe 1,000 rounds through a total. Then I got gun with an optic, been shooting with the optic most of my shooting career, life, whatever. From when I've started shooting, it's been with an optic. So it was very confusing at the beginning of which way to turn these damn adjustments. But just remember, you want you turn this where you want the bullet to go. For this specific dot, if you want the bullet to go up, turn that counterclockwise to the up. If you want it to go down, turn it the other way. We're not worrying about the dot itself, we're worrying about where the bullets are going. That was the hardest thing for me to remember. Hopefully that little tip helps. And now this is one of the more important things to do if this gun is going to be used for self-defense. That is when, after you have it zeroed here, that is when you're going to take your self-defense ammo, put it in the gun, reconfirm your zero. Costs you a little money, but with your self-defense ammo, you should be running a mag or two through the gun anyway to make sure your gun likes that ammo. All right, now that you picked your zero distance, zeroed your gun, this is the part with the holdovers. So this was kind of what I was speaking about earlier. So from 3 to 7 yards, which is most self-defense distances, this isn't gonna really matter because you don't need that type of precision. But I'm gonna put a paster on this target. We're gonna shoot at it from a couple different distances just to see the different heights. So let me start at 3 yards and then we'll work ourselves back to maybe 7. All right, so we have the paster on the target. I'm gonna step back to 3 yards and I'm gonna shoot at this target. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna shoot exactly at the paster. I'm not gonna hold over and try to shoot the paster. So dot is gonna be center of paster. So as you see, we are low. From there, gonna step back a little bit. 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5. Hold at paster. Coming up a little bit. 6, 7. Coming up. That's where you start getting into height over bore and mechanical offset and stuff like that. So obviously, the further you work your way back to your zero is where you're gonna start bringing that bullet exactly where you want it to be. And then obviously further back, you're gonna start shooting a little higher. So it's kind of things you have to remember. So that's it. I'm not trying to make this video any longer than it needs to be. Picking your zero, just pick one, go with it, learn to shoot your gun. How to zero, remember you're moving the bullet to the dot, you're not moving the dot to the bullet. Move the bullet to the dot. If you have any questions about anything said in this video, leave them down below. I'll try to respond to them as best as I can. And I will see you guys in the next one. Subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Use the links down below and peace out.